the real reasons he came back. In this video, you will discover what the real reasons are why your man is coming back after a breakup and how you can, of course, support that without you second guessing yourself and waiting endlessly until for him to come back. Now, if you are ready to have your man come back into your life, go ahead and pop right below, I'm ready. I'm, of course, your host, Antia, founder and creator of the Magnetize Your Man method. And this is the channel where we magnetize your man so that the man you want desires and pursues you forever. Also, of course, if you like anything about this video, if you like what I wear, my background, or anything else, please give it a like. Of course, also subscribe to my channel and, of course, share it with all your lovely girlfriends. So, and also listen for a special bonus secret on how men truly think. You will be really surprised. So let's go ahead and dive right into the real reasons why men come back. Number 5 is his friends and family called him out. They said, dude, what are you doing? This woman is a catch. And what are you doing just sitting here, breaking up with her, leaving her in the dust, disrespecting her, right? So they're going to be like, okay, I know that you have a runner inside of yourself. You know, I know that you can be Casanova. I know that you can have this avoidance streak. But look, she is a catch. You better don't mess this up. And now what happens is, of course, there can be a lot of pressure on the man, and that can, of course, work in your favor, that didn't really ask themselves, maybe she was actually the right match. Maybe she is actually a really great fit for me, and maybe I was just an idiot for a moment. So this could totally be the case. Now, I'd love to hear from you. If you're one of those friends, right below in the comment section, if you're one of those friends who call your friends out if they make a mistake like that, or even if you have experienced that yourself. Number 4, that's pretty straightforward. He misses you, right? He misses the Saturday night cuddles or phone calls, or maybe you have like this funny way about yourself, like the spunkiness, the joyfulness, the feminine energy, something he misses about it, right? His life feels empty. His life feels meaningless. His life feels dormant. And you were the firecracker. You were the volcano, like shaking it up and mixing it up. And now none of this is happening. So he's like, wait a minute. My life is so great. Where's all this color? And so he's like, well, let me see if I can actually go back to where the color originally comes from, which was from my girlfriend. So that could be very much a reason that he's actually gonna come back to you. Now, if you don't know what that all works like, what it looks like, join our free Magnetize Your Man dating Facebook support group at mymfbgroup.com and join our community of over 5,500 women who are ready to attract the right man into their life or attract the right man back into their life. So you are in great company. Number 3, this is really interesting. It's like playing the field is not that glorious. So he thought, I can't wait to be single again. I can't wait to have random hookups, to just go to bars, to just pick up a girl, to not have any commitments, to not have any arguments, no debates, no needs that I need to meet. I can simply put myself first. So he's like, oh, this sounds like a great idea. However, when he actually then starts to play the field, quickly it starts to feel empty and lonely again because he misses the emotional intimacy, potentially. Or maybe he actually misses the complexity of a relationship. Or he feels like, well, you know what? The grass is actually not that much greener on the other side because, like I take myself with me, right? So like how I show up in my relationship, that's probably also how I'm going to show up with those women that I meet out there while I'm playing the field. So he may actually, believe it or not, it's hard to understand, I know, but he may actually come to the understanding that like, oh, playing the field is actually not that glorious. So let me know in the comment sections that has happened to you. If a man came back to you because he's like, look, I played the field, but honestly, it's not that great. It's like, you're so much better. You're my queen. You're my everything, right? Or maybe you have experienced that. Like maybe you have played the field and you're like, wait a minute. No, I'm not just, no, that's not for me. Let me know. Also, another reason why he comes back is he is conflicted inside. Now, this can be a good or a bad thing depending, because it can be a good thing in that sense that he's like, well, wait a minute. I'm actually now questioning if I made the right decision. And of course, in that questioning, a new relationship, a new dynamic can potentially be established. However, on the other side, if the man is more an avoidant attachment style, a dismissive avoidant, this will be his go-to dynamic. In short, he will constantly be conflicted inside. And you know what? It's going to start getting on your nerves after a while, because he'll be in and out and hot and cold and up and down. And, in the beginning, it's like, oh, honey, I can help you and I'll support you and, work with this mentor and do those things and all the things. And I understand. And after a while, you're like, you know what? Like, you're also a man. So treat yourself like one. Okay. And figure out what is that parts conflict inside of yourself, so you can make a clear decision in or out, right? Either you step up or you step out. It's really that simple, so that he can actually set you free, so you can then attract the right partner for yourself. So some examples of conflicts could be that he has a part inside of himself that wants to actually commit, and then there's another part inside of him, like maybe the little boy who feels like he's not good enough, or maybe that part inside of him that's afraid that when he gets close to you, he's going to get disappointed, he gets abandoned, and he would never put himself into this position, right? Like he could have like a very strong wild man who loves his freedom, but also like a very strong king who likes to have a vision for his life and who loves to know where are things going. And that means I'm going to have a wife, I'm going to have kids, I'm going to do the responsible thing, right? So there's like something to be said. This part of that's like irresponsible, irrational, in the moment, spontaneous, non-committal. And that part is like, very grown up, like very adult like. So not like that you're supposed to help him with that, but just to understand what's going on for him, so you're not jumping on the bandwagon whatever he wants you to jump on as well. Now, if you want to be like working with me and say like, hey, I would love to actually explore what that all looks like, then join my new Ultimate Love Recipe beta program to make him fall in love with you, and simply hop on over to ultimateloverecipe.com. Now, another common reason why he would come back to you is he wants to apologize. Honestly, he feels a little bit guilty. Like he feels like, he didn't treat you right. So this happened to me, like, gosh, I don't even know, 16 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that, when I went back to Germany. And one of the guys that I dated, when I was like 19 or so, like really came back because he wanted to apologize. He said, I wish I could carry the pain that you have experienced, the disappointment, the desperation, the sadness, the wondering, the questioning. I wish I could take that on for you, right? So he came to his senses, of course, way, way, way too late. But like he came back, he came back around. But it was also not until I really stepped into my queen as well. So there is definitely something to be said about you're actually being in your queen. So of course, as usual, comment below like which of those resonated with you the most, and which ones do you think are the most likely your man is going through right now or has gone through before he came back. And of course, for those of you who stayed until the very end, here is my bonus. He has worked on himself. So he actually did hire a mentor, a coach, a men expert, whatever you call it, a therapist. It's like, you know what? I do have those avoidant tendencies. maybe I am afraid of emotions, right? Or maybe I have a hard time to let go of control or to forgive or whatever the case may be, or not be jealous. So he started to work on himself. He started to actually see that most of the wounds that he is playing out and placating and projecting onto you actually comes from his own childhood, right? It comes from his own mind, it comes from his own distortion, deletion, generalization, and so on. Now, this is, of course, the best case scenario because you have a real shot of actually creating a sustainable long term relationship with this guy and actually increase quite a bit of capacity as well in your own relationship and see, hey, and what can I do actually with myself, right? Like, where can I grow or how can I communicate better? This is, of course, the best case scenario. I hope that's the case for you. So again, if you like this video, comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't watched this one already, up next is if he lost interest because you were needy, this will bring him back. Lots of love to you, ladies. Take care. Bye-bye.